Welcome everyone to Tai Chi to release grief. So if you're going through the grieving process and you're suffering, really having a hard time navigating through this process, or you just really want some support, then this class I think will really help. So find a place where you can do some mindful movement. All right, so today we'll start off with the feet shoulder width apart. You can bring your hands to your lower abdomen, and then we'll take a few deep breaths. It's called the abdominal breath. So as you breathe in, the belly expands, and as you breathe out, the belly softens. Breathing in and breathing out, just coming into the present moment, arriving in the body, coming into the here and now. Just breathing, and then this time on the inhale, at the top you can hold just for a moment, and then let it out with a big sigh, just letting out tension and stress. Then the hands can float down by the sides. And then we'll begin to turn from the waist and the hips, letting the hands knock against the lower abdomen and the lower back. So this is a movement called knocking on the door of life. So the door of life is an acupressure point in the lower back that helps to stimulate and circulate the energy. So this is a good way to just loosen up everything, letting your arms dangle like empty coat sleeves, it's sometimes called in yoga. So just letting your shoulders soften. And so in Chinese medicine, it's thought that we store a lot of our emotions in our bodies and our organs, especially grief, which is thought to be stored in the lungs. So let the front hand knock against the chest right over the lungs, and we'll start to stimulate and loosen up some stuck energy in the lungs. So we do store so much of our emotions in our body. And so Tai Chi in general will help, but we'll do a little bit more focus on the lungs today. So we'll open up the chest and the heart, really sending energy to the lungs, which will help release the grief. All right, we'll do a few more, just nice and easy, nice and slow. Gentle knocking, not too hard. All right, then coming back to your lower abdomen and your lower back. And then we'll slowly come back to stillness, back to center, just feeling the body. You might even start to feel the energy. And then on the next inhale, the arms float up in front, just to about shoulder height, and the arms float down, the knees and hips soften, opening the door. Breathing in like mist rising from the lake, breathing out, floating down like a soft rain. And as always, you can take as many breaths as you need. One more time, opening the door. All right, this time the arms float out to the sides and then all the way up and over, and then down, sinking the chi. Just bringing your arms up just as much as you can. You can bring them up to shoulder height if that works better for you. But once again, we're going to be opening up the shoulders and the chest a little bit more today. Try to release that stuck energy. One more time, sink the chi. And then this time the arms float out to the sides like you're spreading your wings. And the hands float down, the palms face up. They float up the midline of the body, turning at the heart, pressing up overhead, and then floating out and down, holding up the sky. Breathing in as you rise up. Breathing out, floating down. One more time, holding up the sky, and then letting it go. All right, now this time the arms float up in front, and then draw the hands in towards the heart, and then push right out in front towards me. And the arms open, circling all the way out and around. We'll do that again. This time, arms float up in front, draw into the heart, push straight out, and then up and over. Embrace the tiger, return to mountain. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. And then reverse direction with the arms circle in front, hug the big tree, and soften. Just taking a moment to feel the body, and then open. The hands float down, the palms face up. The hands float up the midline. This time one hand pushes up, the other pushes down. And then we'll switch arms, the other one comes up, pressing down, connecting above and below. This time you can do a side bend if you want. Gently stretching, opening up the side body and the chest. And then other side, one more time, connecting the sky and the earth. All right, this time the bottom hand comes up and then you can push to the corner. The other hand pushes behind. And coming back to center, we'll go to the other corner. The dragon spreads its wings. We'll do that again. You can turn a little more if you want, or whatever feels comfortable for you. And then one more time, just staying in your comfort zone, nice and easy. And then round out and hug the tree, softening. This time the arms open, making 2 loose fists. The arms come out to the sides as you open the chest. And then as you breathe out, rounding the back, the forearms come towards each other. Breathing in as you open. Breathing out, spinal cord breathing. Stimulating the energy along the spine, opening the shoulders and chest. All right, this time you can turn slightly to one side, opening up, and then coming back to center. And let's do one more to the other side. All right, this time the arms float down, they drift out to the sides, and back down again. This time the hands float into the heart, shift your weight to one side, and then we'll step out to the corner. And as you step out, pushing forwards in space. Breathing in as you draw in, breathing out as you push. Feeling the body coming into the present moment. All right, this time the palms face towards each other. They come right out in front. Then the palms face away from each other. They open, circling out and around, scooping under, and then back out to the corner, parting the clouds. Breathing in as you open. Once again, opening the shoulders and chest, sending energy to the heart and lungs. One more time, parting the clouds. This time, step the front foot back in, the hands come back towards the heart, shift the weight. We'll go to the other corner, pushing the mountain. Breathing in, breathing out, or once again, take as many breaths as you need. As long as you're breathing. It's my only rule. All right, this time the palms face towards each other, coming right out to the corner. Then the palms face away from each other. They open, circling out and around. And then back to the corner. Breathing in, open. Breathing out. Let's do one more, parting the clouds. And then step the front foot back in, hug the tree. The arms open up wide. And this hand here scoops under, step in and catch the moon. And then we'll step right out to the corner. As you step out, the bottom hand tosses the moon. The other hand pushes down. Circle it back around, parting the wild horse's mane. And as always, don't worry about getting it perfect. Just keep on moving. All right, one more time. Toss away. And then the bottom hand comes up. The wrists cross right up top. The hands float down as you shift the weight back, circling out and around. Back up top, the princess on the mountain top. Breathe in as you open. Breathing out, the hands come right up to the mountain peak. One more time. And then step the front foot back in, hug the tree, right out in front, soften. The arms open, then this hand scoops under, step in as you catch the moon. Then we'll step out to the other corner, taking your time, toss the moon right off into the sky, as if you could toss the moon. Do that again, parting the wild horse's mane, creating tranquility out of chaos. One more time, toss away. This time the bottom hand comes up, the wrists cross up top, the hands float down as you open, and then back up top. Princess on the mountain top. The hands come right on up into the clouds. One more time. Breathe in, breathing out. And then step the front foot back in, hug the big tree, rounding out, soften. And then from here, the arms open up wide, then they float down, crossing the wrists down low, the arms float back up. We'll do that again. This one's called crossing hands. We'll actually cross the wrists, coming back up. One more time, cross hands. But this time, stay with me here. The hands float right up to the chest. The hands rest right on the chest. And then you can actually just start massaging the points, right where the chest meets the shoulder under the collarbone. These are the lung points, the acupressure points to help release grief even more. And then from here, you can let your hands just float slightly over those areas. And then almost imagining releasing the grief that's no longer serving you, the hands face away from you, and then arms float all the way out and over. Crossing down low, we'll do that again. The hands float up to the chest, hovering right over the points. Release the energy, hands face away from you, and then open and release. One more time, releasing the grief. Palms face away and open. Beautiful. Then reverse direction with the arms, hug the big tree right out in front, soften. The arms open up wide, the hands float down, the palms face up, one hand on top of the other. And this hand floats all the way up and over, and then down the center line of the body. Other side, breathe in as the hand floats up, breathing out, centering. We'll do that one again. Creating focus and clarity, calming the heart and the mind. One more time, centering. This time, both arms float all the way up and over, just as much as you can. The hands float down to the waist. Then circling in front as if you had a big ball right in front of the body, scooping under, back up to the heart, and then down. All the way up and over one more time, opening the heart. Hands make a diamond shape right in front of the heart, and then press out, sending out loving kindness to the world. May all beings be free from suffering. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they live with ease. And then turning your palms to face yourself, the hands come to the heart. May I be kind to myself. May I feel connected with all beings. May I love myself just as I am. Then the hands can float down to the lower abdomen. You can step your feet together or as close as you can. You can close your eyes or just keep a soft gaze, just letting your body rock and sway ever so gently. Bamboo in the wind. Just feeling the body, feeling the breath. And then bringing attention to your heart, creating an inner smile, expressing gratitude to yourself for being here today. And then if your eyes were closed, you can slowly open them. The hands can come together in front of the heart. We can finish with a bow. Thank you all so much for joining me for this Tai Chi Flow to release grief. So if you want to stick around, we're also going to do a guided meditation. So about a 5-minute meditation, although I want to talk a little bit about grief too, to help support you even more. All right, but let me know how that felt. So type in the chat how you're feeling right now. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about grief, and then we'll do a guided meditation. So for times of grief, it can be helpful to allow what's there to be there and to open into a space of wonder and gratitude. Now you might ask, how do you allow what's there to be there if you're suffering so much? And so when we feel very challenged by something, all we can do sometimes is to simply wait it out, to be with our actual feelings as they happen, to experience them in the body, and to let them flow. Oftentimes it means allowing yourself to cry, to express yourself to a friend, and to allow yourself to grieve, right, with all the complex emotions that want to present themselves. So in a safe place, protected With loving people by your side, it can be very healing to allow yourself to fall apart. To sense the humility in yourself, knowing that many terrible things have happened in the past and will happen in the future, and that you have the courage to acknowledge your losses, to know it's a cycle of life, that we're all imperfect. You can ride the waves of grief with mindfulness and self-compassion, over and over, breath by breath. There's really no way to know when grief will end. So grief has its own way of unfolding. No one can plan it or get rid of it. However, with caring presence, it eventually will end. So with that in mind, we'll do a guided meditation. So find a place where you can do meditation either sitting, standing, or lying down. I usually recommend sitting if you're new to this. But find a position that feels effortless. So maybe elongating through the spine, getting a little bit taller, and then softening 5%. Softening the shoulders, soften the forehead, soften the jaw, all places where we tend to hold a lot of our tension. The idea is to find a posture that feels relaxed but alert. And now see if you can observe your mind. Just notice the thoughts coming and going, just letting them go. And then observe your body. Just feeling yourself sitting here now. And then just allowing the sensations to be however they are. So try not to focus too much on any one thing. Try to just have this open awareness, allowing things to arrive and then fall away. Just noticing if things feel pleasant or unpleasant. And in times of grief, it can be helpful to make an extra effort to release anything that feels unpleasant in the moment, opening to more of the pleasant, more of the positive. We tend to focus more on the negative in general through our nervous system as a way of keeping us alive. So sometimes it takes a little extra effort to really bring in the positive or the pleasantness, the joy. And even when sadness is present, you can still bring your attention to some areas of joy. Opening to wonder, opening to gratitude for the mysterious ways that life unfolds. As we allow our grief to unfold along with our kind awareness. And then just maybe observing your breath for a few moments. Just noticing the inflow and the outflow with ease. And then if your eyes were closed, you can slowly open them, just connecting back with the world around you. And so just to review, for times of grief, it can be helpful to allow what's there to be there. It can be helpful to try to limit what is painful or harmful and try to do what is more enjoyable and beneficial during these times and to open into a space of wonder and gratitude. So thank you for your courage to be with your grief, with caring awareness, and that is mindfulness. Thank you all for practicing. practicing with me today. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions too. You can type them right in the chat and I'll go through all the questions over the next day or two. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, until we meet again, I wish you all peace, happiness, and harmony.